Hello, today we carry on talking about diverse homeopathical dosage forms. And we start today with homeopathic oils. Homeopathic oils or olea are prescribed only for external use in the form of 10% solutions of medicines in olive, almond, sunflower, vaseline oils, and the other one. They are prepared according to general rules. By dissolving of our active substances in oils, or most often by mixing a certain amount of X1 tincture with oil with vigorous shaking. However, for a number of oils, the concentration of the initial tincture differs from the standard. It may be 0.5%, 1%, and 3%. The following oils are most often prescribed: Apis oleum 3%, Acatinum oleum 5%, Brioni oleum 10%, Hamamelis oleum 10%, and Calendula oleum 10%. Quality control of oils is carried out according to general indicators: homogeneity, conformity of color and smell, absence of mechanical admixtures. Algorithms of the technology of homeopathic oils includes the following. Prescription is checked on their needed inscriptions, signatures, seals, and the rest. Then the analysis of raw material is done. It includes matrix tinctures and substances soluble in oil that can be also of mineral origin, and oil itself: olive, almond, sunflower, vaseline, or some else. You need to weigh or measure matrix tinctures with a calibrated dropper and the calculated amount. And also you need to weigh the calculated amount of oil. Then you mix them or dissolve the substances soluble in the oil, shake from top to bottom, make potentiation 10 times, conduct quality control, pack and label for dispensing to the patient. For example, you have the prescription: Oleum ledum 10%, 5 grams. Dasigna for lubrication of affected skin surfaces. Characteristics of the medicinal product. The given medicine is homeopathic oil, the composition of which includes raw materials of plant origin, Wagner ordinary. As a solvent, you can use sunflower, vaseline, almond, olive, apricot, grape, and other oils. So you may choose depending on what you have in your pharmacy or what the doctor recommends you to choose. On the reverse side of written control passport, you need to calculate the following. You need to calculate the matrix tincture of ledum, and according to the prescription of the doctor, it will be 0.5 grams. When we recalculate it into drops, it includes 16 drops respectively. 10 grams equals 100, x equals 5, and then when we calculate it crisscross, 10 multiplied on 5 divided on 100, we get 0.5 grams. 1 gram of ledum matrix tincture equals 32 drops. That is why for your medicine you need 16 drops, because you need only 0.5 grams of ledum matrix tincture. Sunflower is calculated the following way. You minus the quantity of your ledometrix tincture from the general needed mass of the medicine. And you get 4.5 grams, 4.5. Technology includes the following stages. Weigh 4.5 grams of sunflower oil into a previously weighed white-mouthed bottle and add 16 drops of ledometrix tincture. Close it and shake it from top to bottom 10 times, making potentiation. Write down the prescription number, give it for analysis, and fill in the written control passport front side. On the front side, you need to write down date and number of prescription, and in Latin specify all of the substances that you used in the technology. Oli Helianti 4.5, ledometrix tincture 0.5, in brackets Gutas 16 in Rome numbers. Underline and specify the general mass 5 grams. Prepared by signature, checked by signature, and dispensed by signature. The labels include the following scene. The main label external of orange color, store in a cool place, store in a protected from light place, shake well before use, keep out of reach of children. This homeopathic preparation is used to treat puncture wounds and insect bites. The next group of dosage forms for us to discuss today is homeopathic granules. In Latin, granula homeopatica. This dosage form is for internal use. It consists of solid, dry, fairly strong aggregates of dry powders on which a potentiation solution is applied in the form of round, cylindrical, or irregularly shaped granules. The algorithm includes the following. Firstly, you check their signatures and seal on the prescription, and then you prepare the needed raw materials, which includes dilutions. They can be of water or alcohol or some other matrix tinctures, complex dilutions, and excipients. Excipients are 60% ethanol and sugar lumps. You weigh and measure all the needed materials, saturate the sugar lumps with their prescribed matrix tinctures and complex dilutions, shake from top to bottom for 10 times, making potentiation. Then you dry homeopathic granules on parchment paper at room temperature until complete evaporation of alcohol. Conduct quality control and label and pack for dispensing. For example, you have such a prescription. Granule Tuye C12 10 grams. Da Signa 8 granules 3 times a day. Characteristics of the medical product. The given medicine is homeopathic granules, the composition of which includes raw materials of plant of origin Tuya western in the form of granules. On the reverse side of written control passport, you need to make the calculations. The doctor prescribes 10 grams, so you take 10 sugar granules. To obtain their C12 dilution, you need to take Tuya C11 dilution, 0.1 gram, which equals to 3 drops, and 60% ethyl alcohol for moisturizing the surface of sugar granules, the same quantity, 0.1 grams, 3 drops. The technology is the following. To make 10 grams of homeopathic granules of Tuya C12, weigh 10 grams of sugar granules in a bottle with a capacity of 30 grams, and then add there 3 drops of 60% ethyl alcohol. Shake it several times to moisturize the surface of sugar granules. After that, add 0.1 grams, 3 drops of homeopathic dilutions of Tuya C11, close the bottle, and intensively shake for 10 minutes 10 minutes from top to bottom, making potentiation. So you shake it not only 10 times, but 10 minutes. It's important. After that, the granules are poured onto parchment paper and they are left for drying at the room temperature for the needed quantity of time. They are dry, ready. Homeopathic granules are transferred to a bottle for dispensing. Paste the prescription number and fill in the written control passport front side, on which you write down date, number of prescription, and all the materials you have used. The first one was granule saccharati, 10 grams. Spiritus ethylaceae, 60% glutas 3, 0.1 gram. Dilution Tuya C11 glutas 3, 0.1. Underline specifies the general mass 10 grams prepared by, checked by, dispensed by signatures. I pay your attention that, unlike in the traditional technology of drugs, where we didn't specify ethyl alcohol in solid dosage form because there it evaporates. Here it also evaporates, but it was present. That is why it may influence the patient and be specified on front side. The labels includes the main label internal of green color, store in a cool place protected from light, keep out of reach of children. This homeopathic medicine is used to treat migraine and neuralgia. The next dosage form for us to discuss. Homeopathic trituration. It is a solid dosage form consisting of several components and characterized by fluidity. Milk, sugar, in Latin saccharum lactic, talc, talcum, lactose, lactosum, are used as a filler in homeopathic triturations. The technology of homeopathic trituration consists in the maximum grinding of the components of substances mixing with auxiliary substances in appropriate proportions, 1 to 10, 1 to 100 dosing and packaging. Basically, now you may remember powders in our main course of technology of drugs, and there we also used to have triturations. That was not a dosage form, but it was their intrapharmacy product with poisonous substances, and the ratio was the same, 1 to 10 and 1 to 100. Here, homeopathic trituration is a dosage form. It's not an intrapharmacy semi-finished product. It is a dosage form that looks like a powder. So it looks like a powder, but in homeopathy, it is called trituration. The algorithm of preparation of homeopathic trituration is very hard. You can see so many stages in here. So you check the prescription as usual. Then you prepare raw materials. That includes matrix tinctures and solutions. There are dilutions, complex matrix and complex dilutions. And of course the filler, for example, lactose. Usually it is lactose. That is used in a ratio 1 to 10 if it is D dilution and 1 to 100 if it is C dilution. That is divided into 3 equal parts, and you perform the preparation. The technology includes that firstly you rub the pores of porcelain mortar with the first parts of lactose monohydrate, just making sure that all the pores are closed. Then you weigh 1 part of matrix tincture solution or some dilutions like what is prescribed. Add to lactose, grind the mixture for 6 minutes, not less, not more, exactly 6 minutes with the using of a timer. Then scrape 4 minutes with a porcelain spatula. Then grind for 6 minutes, then scrape for 4 minutes, then add the second part of lactose monohydrate, grind the mixture for 6 minutes, scrape 4 minutes, grind 6 minutes, scrape 4 minutes, add the third part of lactose, grind 6 minutes, scrape 4 minutes, grind 6 minutes, scrape 4 minutes. As you can see, first of all in here, you conduct grinding 2 times with each of 3 portions of lactose. Moreover, you have a very strict timing. Grinding should be done 6 minutes and scraping should be done 4 minutes at each stage. It is very important to be very accurate in your timing in this case. For example, you have the prescription. Trituratio borax C3, 10 grams dasigna in the morning 30 minutes before meals. The given medicine is homeopathic trituration, which includes raw materials of mineral origin, sodium tetraborate, borax. On the written control passport on the reverse side, you specify that as you have C2, C3 to prepare, it means it is a trituration ratio 1 to 100. It means that you need 0.1 grams of dilution of borax C2, which is 6 drops, and milk sugar in quantity 9.9 grams. The technology includes the following. To make 10 grams of homeopathic trituration borax C3, weigh 9.9 milk sugar and divide into 3 equal parts. The pores of the mortar are rubbed with the first part of milk sugar. Then you add 0.1 gram, 3 drops, of dilution of borax C2. Add to the mortar, rub for 6 minutes, scrape for 4 minutes, rub again 6 minutes, scrape 4 minutes. Then add the second portion of milk sugar to the mortar and again twicely make the operation 6 minutes grinding, 4 minutes scraping. Then you add the third portion of milk sugar and again make the operation twice, grinding for 6 minutes and scraping for 4 minutes respectively. In general, the preparation of trituration takes at least 1 hour. After that, the finished homeopathic trituration is transferred to the glass bottle, vial, or some other container for dispensing. Paste the number of prescription and the front side of written control passport is filled in. On the front side, you specify date, number of prescription, dilutio borax C2 glutas 3, 0.1 grams, saccharum lacticum 9.9, underline, general mass 10 grams, prepared by, dispensed by, checked by. Signatures. The labeling are the main label, internal of green color, store in a cool place, store in a place protected from light, keep out of reach of children. This homeopathic preparation is used for treatment and prevention of stomatitis. Next dosage form is homeopathic tablets. These are solid medicinal products obtained with the use of sucrose, lactose, or other appropriate excipients according to the article tablets. They can be obtained by pressing one or more solid active substances with excipients or impregnation with preformed tablets by diluting homeopathic-based preparations. They are prescribed for internal, oral, or sublingual use. So usually they are prepared by the process of pressing. Start with them inner quantity of 10% and salts of calcium or magnesium in the concentration of 2% are usually used as the filler. If needed, in case of need, you may also add the solution of saturated lactose, starch mucilage, or ethanol in the proper concentration. Quality control of homeopathic medicines. A set of legislative norms and rules that ensure at the state level the effectiveness and safety of medicinal products obtained by homeopathic technology from substances used in homeopathy. For producer, manufacturer to be able to guarantee the quality of products produced, he must organize a control system from a whole set of measures, namely control of compliance of the original products with their specifications, control over the conditions of preservation and storage of raw products, supervision of the quality of production procedures, in particular, production and storage of granules, groats, production and storage of purified water, storage of alcohol and alcohol water solutions, preparation of matrix tincture, preparation of dilutions, saturation of granules or other carriers, supervision of the condition of work areas and equipment, sanitary and hygienic control. Putting into practice all the listed organizational points will allow you to get a safe homeopathic medicine. However, the quality of the homeopathic medicine and its clinical effectiveness mainly depend on such points. The original substance corresponds to the inscription on the label. Potentiation and dynamization were carried out correctly, both quantitatively, number of shakings, and qualitatively, observation of shaking technology. In other words, it is necessary to determine whether the drug is calibrated or not. Does the potency indicated on the label corresponds to the actual potency of the drug? And here everything depends on us. We need to think about the patient. We need to work for the patient. We need to make potentiation and dynamization maximally accurately, maximally trying to reach the best possible result. On your screen, you can see the list of recommended references, and of course, you have all of it on our formal course. Thank you for your attention.